Hello ladies and gents, I'm Diffin and welcome back to Aurora 4X, Season 1. So in this episode, I am going to have to try and militarize my fleet because I need to start advancing through these jump points because as I am out of materials pretty much in this entire system, which is not good. Also, I am just going to quickly hide these white circles so I can more easily see what is going on. There we go. So I'm now just showing the ones with actual minerals on them, so of which there are not many. So first of all, I want to have a look at a new project because I want to create a jump drive, but I don't know if we've got enough tech to really do this because how is the efficiency? The efficiency is still pretty poor. So jump size max 3, squad radius okay. So let's see how expensive this is going to be. I want it to be around about 8,500 tons, and that is very expensive in terms of RP. So I think what I do want to do is rather than just keep on expanding this jump drive, good grief, make very big jump drives, is actually increase the jump drive efficiency first of all. That will mean I don't have to spend as much research point in making a new one, and it also means all future ones will be better anyway. Go into the power propulsion, show matching scientists, and then I want to go to jump drive efficiency 5. Admittedly, it is an expensive tech, but it is vital for my success, I believe. Aha! Construction and maintenance facilities are done on Tunny. So industry, that means I do have now considered up to 4,000 tons. Still not really enough though. Should probably try and build some more. So maintenance facility. So only a couple of piece. So let's get another 25, but I don't need as much percentage on them this time. Work mostly on getting this lot going. So modify U, an automated mine, bump that up as well, and then carry on with the auto turning. Born-eyed on Tunny has been exhausted. This is getting pretty bad. In fact, what I am going to do, I am going to design a new commercial ship because these 3 ships are doing okay, but I really need a actual commercial freighter to do my work for me. So new, the Outreach. And this is going to be, I've got freighter. So design view, put a big nuclear propulsion engine in, and then I just want to have a big cargo hold. Not very long distance, so throw on another. Let's try and bump this up a little bit. This tonnage is huge. In fact, I'm nowhere near that. Even that, the 30,000 tons, I don't think the shipyard is remotely close to that. 25,000 now. So in fact, I am going to add another 10k onto that for additional slipway. Now back to class view, design this fighter, class design. The Outreach design. Definitely want more than the 1 engine. 5 is going a bit slow. Range is a bit short. So that, and then probably just a 2-month there. It does, however, take a very, very long time to unload. So I have a handling module. Cargo handling module. No, it doesn't look like I do. Right, I'll keep off from this because I do really want that, because that reduces how long it takes to load and unload the ship considerably. Logistics ground control, which don't have anyone on, do I? Yeah, well, here's the stuff, so it is there. I think what I'll do, I will remove a research lab on that, and I'll just get one of you guys to actually start researching that for me. Jump drive efficiency 5. So now when I go to design a jump engine, if I go up to the tonnage I was after, it's now 1400 RP compared to the other one. Yeah, so it's 700 RP less, so not as good as I'd have hoped, but it is definitely an improvement. Do I create this or do I keep on waiting? I've got to create it. Or how is the tech for jump gates? I'd like to go for the jump module. Create you with that. This jump gate construction module will help out. Which Walsh completed, planetary sense strength 400. There's a fire control. Okay, what do I want now? Right, scientist, that one, and go with one lab. Great, keep working on that for a while. Quite like to put on additional research labs into Ellis Cross, getting that jump gate construction module for me. 10,000 tons of capacity has been added on the shipyard. I think I might just add another 10,000. Ah, excellent. Ellis Cross has completed their research. So I've done a few labs to the cargo handling systems, so I can actually start moving the stuff myself. And now what? I'll go for 5. Labs, Ellis Cross, go, create, all, continue. Terraforming rate. Put the same geneticist on there, since terraforming is really quite useful. An extra capacity has been added now. I think that's just going to be okay. Just continue spinning. One inactive research lab. Cargo handling system is done. Sweet. That means I can now create that ship. There's my sense of fire control. Did they pass on? Looks like they stopped working on it. They must have died. Officer House, healthy, yeah. So they died. That's a real shame. Just stop that because I've got to finish this design off. Outreach, design view, cargo handling system, multiplier. So you can see down the corner there, how long does it take? Just a couple, massively reduce it down. So I should add 4 of them on, down to 12 hours. Another one just reduce it down to 10. Don't need that much. I think 12 will be okay. It's quite a long time still, but it is definitely reduced. Speed is a touch slow, range is also a little bit short. Let's just add a couple more storage on. And again, don't need so much fuel storage. Let's go up to that. You don't have to do high deployment time for these, it's doing that because it's, fair. What I will do though is I'll add conscript crew. That makes these guys unexperienced. They don't need to be experienced, they're just handling a freighter, nothing fancy at all. So that is good. I will now need to retool my shipyard. It's 40,000 tons, which will fit within my current shipyard. It's 45,000 tons. So, activity, you will retool for a selected class, the outreach, which is fairly expensive and take a fair while to do. They're not masses of time. Turret tracking speed has been increased. But to research, there's energy weapons. Patch scientist, he is doing quite well for himself. Alex Humphreys, I'm just going to queue up a few things for you. Add that on. And then for this guy, missile, kinetic. The advanced warhead will do okay, but I think could do with a little bit more. Reduced size launchers again, pretty handy, I must say. Could go for CIWS, but that's all a bit. But I will queue them up, get some CIWS going. Anything else I could do with this one? Ejection chance. Stop them from blowing up so much. Outreach class has been completed. Good. I will now build one. Please create a build one. Add task. It is quite expensive, and I am being very wary of my stockpiles. Completed thermonuclear warhead strength. Gas tech is done. Worked on another one. Maintenance facilities on Tunny have been done. Can now maintain up to 9,000 tons. Brilliant. Let's just bump this up to 20. Modify that. These ordnance facilities do need to start actually working with them. But I will... Was my power production person doing anything? Yeah, I'll wait for this engine modifier to complete, which is just over a year. Launch velocity is done. Ejection system now working. Okay, the outreach has been done. So let's go to the correct window for the start. Outreach. I will detach you. And now, where would I like to go? No colonization candidates. Oh well. What I'll do, I'll set up a mission to get this place operational though. Task group. Outreach. I would like you to... So go to Tunny. And I would like you to load a mass driver. And then I would like you to go to... here. Machine Sapiens and unload mass driver. Then return here. Add automated mines. And go unload automated mines. Can I select these two? Yeah, so I can load and unload, but I'll do that. Then go back to here and then refuel from colony, add move, and then I will repeat the automated mine thing. Completed its orders. Good, so it's got one auto mine. It should now be able to go in mining, launch to Tunny. It's not got much of these resources, but it will currently take quite a few years to deplete, because I've only got one on there. So next task is to order this guy, the outreach, to go here, load, auto mine, add move, go to here, unload, auto mine, move, return, and I might as well tell it to refuel actually. Refuel at colony. And repeat, I don't know, repeat this 19 times. Repeat. Cool. Okay, it's completed its orders. So that means on this little planet now, yep, 21 auto mines. And it's going to take 16 years to vent all that, so it might actually just keep on going. How many auto mines you got left? 44. Okay. So let's just keep repeating that and get everything there. Oh, ordnance factories have been completed on Tunny. Now get the rest of the guys working on those. Research rate has been improved. Excellent. Just go into the next research rate as well. So going for the long game. I do now have though class design. I should have, if I go new, Nelson. Should have a construction module. And that nuclear pulse engine. Bump these up to a decent pace. So that is a ridiculously heavy constructor. Wow. 65,000 tons for the jump gate construction ship. That's probably a little bit out of my reach at the moment. Game Outreach has completed their orders. 65 auto mines on here. What's the mining rate like? 5 years till depletion. Cool. But 10 years on 7 years to depletion. Painful. No matter. I need to sort out the military. Go back to the jump engine then. I've got to do this. 3, 5 military jump engine. Create. Can I design a ship around it? Well, I can't until I make the research. So, power propulsion person. Go into power and propulsion. Then add this to your queue. Magazine injection chance 90% has gone. It's been completed. Good. But also, auto mines 15. Let's up these on one of the other colonies. So on here, I would like you to pick up the automated mine. Repeat that 14 times. Repeat, then load mass driver. Go to here, unload mass driver. Go back here and then refuel from colony. This means just the second one is now going to start launching its resources at Tunny. And also that work on that research. So that is this is kinetic, showing much scientists, the 6% guy, excellent. Go to reduce size launchers, then probably queue the 3-stage thermonuclear warhead. It's going to give me a nice few options in the future. Excellent. Power modifier has been completed. This means I can now work on a missile. So I will pause and go pull up the calculator. Right, so this is the missile calculator I've shown to on the forums. So you fill in all the details about your missiles here. The engine power is indicated by the tech level. I'm currently on iron engines. The first one I want to do is a anti-missile missile. So total MSP is going to be 1 and desired damage is going to be 1 as well. And this I want to have the highest chance to hit, which is this one here, but I do not need that sort of range. I really only need about 2 million kilometers, which seems very far, but in this game 2 million kilometers is actually very, very short. So if I have a look here, this one seems about promising, but again, probably a little bit high. So if I just reduce this down, all the way down to half there, I can hit a very nice value around here. So 188% chance to hit a slow moving target. Considering I'm going to be aiming at fast missiles, it's really going to be around this sort of value here. So the 37.6% chance to hit seems very nice. And how does that all work? So it's 0.07, 3, and all of that there. So let's add this in to the missile and generate that project. As always, can't instantly go straight into building it. You do need to prototype the engines and all that to start with, which is one section a lot of people don't like. I quite like it, but I definitely see why people find it irritating, because you don't actually know what the tech is, and having to keep researching this tech can get a little bit dull. But thankfully there are options with the Space Master mode on to instantly research this tech. It just comes up with a little instant button there, and then you can instantly utilize it whenever you like. So I'll create this project. It's only going to take a few moments really, and go to the power propulsion. Let's cancel that project. Power propulsion, show match scientists only, yes, create, go work on that one then, add that to your queue. So it should be 5-day tick. A couple of day tick, no matter. So, science team has completed the 147 ion drive. Now I can go into the missile design, and I add one of those on. I want the warhead to be very small, so 1667. Fuel capacity, 0, 5, 3 or something. I'll just double check this. There we go. We've designed the anti-missile. Just double checked everything there. So it's really just these little values. So it's a nice fast speed, and it has a good interception chance against fast moving targets. Admittedly, this is a linear thing, so against missiles probably going to have around about a 33% chance to hit. So it's going to be anti-missile missile Mark 1. And I will create a series, and the series is going to be the AMM. So create. The AIM series is selected. You want to add this missile to the series? Yes. Because then any anti-missile missiles I create in the future, I can add to this series, all going up in the mark numbers. That can be now prototyped. In fact, I will generate the main missile as well. I think I'm probably going to go for a size 6 missile. The reason for a size 6 missile is that size 6 or below all have the same visibility profile with sensors. Anything larger than that can be seen from slightly further away. So small as possible, as the smallest chance being spotted. Also, it does shoot faster, which is always a nice feature. Then again, a size 8 missile can pack in a much larger warhead, so I'll consider that as well. Once more with the calculator, I am looking at a size 6 missile, so could make it go pretty darn quick. Could go all the way up to speed, but its accuracy is actually fairly low. The benefits of going fast, so this makes it harder to shoot down. Still, this is only a size damage 4. If I went down to a like 4, it would actually be, quite a bit cheaper to do that. Not as good at accuracy, but there is that. If I go to I think I'd probably want more damage. The reason going to a size 4 is that you get best damage values on for actual square numbers, and if I go for the damage layout, you can they'll see that. So you have 1 damage, take it there. You have a 4, it goes bang, 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 and then 4 damage, and then hits in here, as this represents the depth of the armor, and this is the width of the armor. So if you have squares, it goes down deepest into the hull. Other good values to go for I'll have something like 6, because that hits 2 layers deep in to the armour here, and it's quite a bit more to go up to 9. And then similarly with your 12, your 20, your 30, your 42, they're all good values to go for, because you then hit 2 layers deep, and it's quite a bit less damage than trying to do all this additional layering. And then you make 2 little holes in this layer. So it's quite a little interesting idea. So for this, for my size 6 missile, maybe go for size 6 warhead, and something like that. If we went to like an 8, I'd actually want a size 9 warhead to maximise the damage depth penetration there. Unfortunately, if I did that, I would suffer quite considerably on the speed, and therefore accuracy. But what would I go for? So a size 6, probably for a 6 damage, which hits more often, or a size 8 for 9 damage. And I am thinking of going to this lower end here, because although this would technically be, higher accuracy, that's higher accuracy against a standard sort of target. I want to try and hit a lot harder, and in fact, this sort of thing, you see, I have a very good chance of hitting even speeds going up to 10,000 with this small amount of damage in the warhead. The benefits to me, though, is that it's a lot harder for anti-missiles to shoot them down, and also any sort of CIWS or intercepting laser fire, beam weapons, which try and shoot them down. And the range is short because of this. Only about 11 million kilometers there, but I think this is the one I'm going to go for. So it's about 446 and a 1.5 warhead, and a size 8 missile. So here we go. I've designed the missile engine. The 446 MSP engine is going quite a decent pace, so let's create that project. Go get my scientist to design it for me. So power propulsion. Oh yeah. Let's create that, which is good. And then carry on with this one. So the research completed into the anti-missile Mark 1. The outreach has completed its orders. Fantastic, that means I now have some auto mines here. We can start sending stuff to Tunny. There we go, Sophia Matthews has finished the ion drive for the missile. That took me quite a while actually. Maybe I didn't have as many labs on her as I thought. Oh yeah, I've only got 3 labs with her. Oops, that is a bit of a mistake. Thermal sensors, move a couple of those, go into power propulsion. Now I can actually design the next missile. So missile design is going to be the larger one. I have a 1 point, so it's around about here. I'll just quickly check. Well, it was close. There was a couple of aspects I was missing. Basically, I only got to a couple of significant figures rather than the 4, but that's okay. So that is a good one here. So this is going to be ASM, and actually, so it's ASM 6 for the size, and then the warhead is 9, and this can shoot 10. How fast is this? This goes at 33k at 11 million. Oops, no, it's a size 8, isn't it? ASM 8. So it does 9 damage at 33 kilometers per second at 11 million. So create a new series. Create series, and this is going to be the anti-ship missiles 8. Let's create that. Got the AM series. I would actually like to rename this missile, which I think you could do under tech. I can rename it. So this is AMM 29K 1.4 million. The MK1, and then the other one will be, I will also need to rename the MK1. But to start with, I want to actually research you. So cancel your tech. Missile kinetic. Shelly case scientist. There you are. Create that project. And then you queue up that one there. Or reduce size launcher. I'm not sure. But let's carry on with these. There we go. Missiles has been completed, and I should have been building some. So let's go into industry, actually go to missiles. So let's build 1,000 of those, create, and probably about 1,000 of these, and about 1,000 of these goes as well. So going to be 1,000 missiles in total, and all these are going to be producing quite quickly. Other projects I require are a missile launcher and magazines. Are there any texts coming up shortly which are going to affect those? The sensor's going to come up shortly-ish. No, they're not. That's 45. I did not see that. So that's not coming up soon. So let us actually design some of the internal components. So magazine. Go up to feed efficiency and all that, so it's least damaging. And then some hit kill. Magazine size, you always want an even number, mainly because of the crew. If you have a look at the crew, it only increases on the, well, increases every odd, so it doesn't increase the even number. So it just makes it a bit better that way. You don't want them to be too large or too small. If they're too large, then when they explode, they will basically destroy your ship. And if they're too small, they're less efficient. So I think I might go for something like this. Have some internal armor. It does reduce the capacity quite considerably, but magazine size about 10. You can go all the way up to 30, but I think this is probably a decent enough compromise. And it does reduce the capacity a fair amount. But let us create this one. So 150 magazine. Let's kill explosion chance. Yeah, I'll just do that. Create that project. And then some missile launchers. So missile launcher size 1. It's going to be the anti-missile launcher. As you see, there's no difference between these two fire rates, so we'll go for the fire rate 3 since it is cheaper. It's cheaper to make and cheaper to research. It is a ship-based system. I will make a PDC as well, the Planetary Defense Center, but for this one, this is going to be the one for the ships. So I will create the size 1 missile launcher. Maybe I should change the name of that tech. Maybe not. Size 8-1. This is going to be down to 4 seconds, so that's 60-second launcher. So size 8 launcher. Create. Both these techs need to now be researched by missile person. And yes, the magazine. Anything else need? No. So then go back into reduce size launchers. Keep changing my mind on those. Size 8 missile launchers also done. Well, no, size 1 is done. Size 8 is being finished. 5 interactive research labs. Okay. That's power propulsion person. Yes, it is. I'm thinking though, additional fuel consumption just purely is just nice. Stellarator starts work to the next tech level, or maximize missile speeds, which I might do. decisions. No, I'll make everything more efficient first. Now, Braswell. This is going to be my jump cruiser. Or destroyer. Probably the destroyer. Is there a destroyer leader? Jump destroyer? It's going to be destroyer. These are going to be little ships. Going to be the destroyer. So now I need the jump drive. This jump drive allows it to jump up to 8,500 tons. So but its mass needs to be at that same value. Let's add on quite a few layers of armor, because if this thing gets destroyed, no one can get home. I then need a new engine. So ion drive. I think I'm going to go for actually slightly more efficient engines than usual, but at maximum size. So these are going to be very, very nice efficient engines. They'll go for a long time, barely require any fuel, probably not even require actual fuel carrying vessels with me. So go to research, power propulsion, cancel your job again. Propulsion, and then the ion drive. So make scientists go with that. Nice. Then new. Going to go probably back into consumption. Queue that up. Move a couple of your research labs. Add them to you. You're working on weapon tech, which I do need. Automated mines have been completed on Tunny. That's good. I can get the outreach to move them on now. Oh, excellent. I have completed the missile launcher 60 seconds. That's the large one has been completed. The outreach has completed its orders. That is always useful. Let's go back into the research window and get some fire controls going. So let's get everything up nicely. I want to have a resolution, smallest one, because I am aiming at missiles here. So this is going to be the search sensor. And this is going to be the backup anti-missile sensor Mark 1. This will be on every ship. It's going to be size 1 because this has got like no range whatsoever. But this will allow me to spot things at a decent range. Yeah, so sensitivity modifier. Can I actually improve that EM sensitivity quickly? No. They're both very expensive techs. Okay, that's fine, I was just double checking. So this sensor will be on every single ship. To create that. The next one is the main sensor for everything else. Just go to my tech, have a look at my missiles. Have an 11 million kilometer range, so I'm going to have a search sensor for that, I think. So I need it to be around about 11 million kilometers for something, not very big, which is actually already on this size 1. So this means I have an engagement range of my missiles. Probably again that will probably just do. So this is going to be the sensor Mark 1. I have a few tech ups, I will actually go up to the Mark 2, but this will give a small, nice resolution for small, 5,000 is pretty small ships. So I'll create that as well. Again, this will pretty much sit on most ships. Now I actually need a proper search sensor for missiles, because if I want to see things coming, that's probably going to be okay. We'll just go for an actual proper search sensor for main targets. So 5,000 tons. Let's get a good range on this thing. So 500 million kilometers. This is a very expensive research project now. Push it out to a little bit larger size shipping. And as the ships get smaller, the higher resolution, yes, you can see further at maximum, but these values decrease. See if I keep going up, it gets very, very short. Because you can't see them very well, but it does mean you can see things very far away if they're big. Yeah, just go for something like this, size 25, 6,000 tons. That'll be a small escort, but I'd be able to see it a good distance away, allowing me to maneuver around and fight it properly. So it might be a little bit too excessive. Let's just take it down to half, doing 500 million. So I can't shoot anywhere near that far as it is, so it's just a where are the enemy going kind of deal. Which you could probably do with just high thermal, but no, let's go for this one. Create that. Got the information there, resolution, the range. That'll be all good. Now I need missile controls. So again, resolution here. I'm looking now at the size 6 or smaller missile. I want this to be around about the 1.4 million, which I currently can shoot at. So easiest way, just increase the sensor size. Bam, done. It's 1.5 million kilometers. Fire control. Yep, that's all good there. I shall just take out that completely, so it is AMM fire control 1.5 million. It's the Mark 1. Always going to put the mark values in so I can quickly identify which are good and bad in the future. Just create that. And now the next size up one. So this is going to be the missile one. And what's the range? The range does not need to be that good. Because again, my actual engagement range of these things is pretty small. But they do go very, very fast. So minimum resolution, that is quite insane actually. Don't think I need it that small. About 500 tons. Yeah, so 500 tons I can get a size 1 missile system which is able to fire my missile launcher at that range, which is really quite nice. Of course, that is twice my current range, so if they do have ECM systems, I will be able to absorb a lot of that being oversized. It's not actually oversized, this is able to shoot fighters at 22 kilometers, which is really quite nice. There's a good few projects now for my scientist. Cancel your jobs, because I also need some thermal and other sensors. So, thermal sensors, so how big is this going to be? Size 110, that'd be useful, and then EM sensors, create that as well. Both the EM and thermal sensors will be sitting on the actual jump tender, so then as it jumps into a system, it can, as soon as its sensors come back online, it can quickly identify what is going on in that system. Sensor and fire control, let's get these going. I definitely need additional research labs for this. So unfortunately, my really good scientist died. So all of them. Beam fire control. Yeah. And then continue with that one. Just add another research lab to you. So those are all the techs to really get my fleet going, but I've been going on for a little bit long, so let's end the episode here. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Aurora 4X with myself and a Diffin. If you did enjoy the episode, please leave a like and or comment below, as it is always great to hear from you lot. Otherwise, that's it from me for now, and I shall see you next time. But until then, I'm out. Goodbye!